Hi guys, this is Caleb with Deer on Acres with an exciting update. We have officially been approved for roasting and selling our coffee. So we're gonna follow along as I roast a fresh batch of organic Honduras high growth beans. Here they are in the green form, but I'm gonna get a few more things set up just before I go. And then we'll get them loaded into the roaster here. But this is our cooling apparatus. It's a fan system here, high-powered fan. And then this is where you put the coffee beans in once they are roasted. That allows us to draw all the chaff out of them and to cool the beans as quickly as possible, so that way they don't over roast. But our grill is to temperature, and I forgot hot gloves, so gonna have to be right back. Got our oven mitts. Spin this thing so that our loading piece is on the top. Open up. We pour in the beans. Close it. And start it. So we will want to get our temperature inside the grill up as quickly as possible. We roast these beans at an ambient temperature of about 550 to 560 degrees. Just to show you up close what it looks like, we've got our thermostat. We're at about 560 degrees right now. When you open it up, kind of hard to see it, but you can see the beans rotating through there. They're tumbling directly over the heat. Just a little backstory on me personally. We've had our farm since 2017. We've been full-time at it since 2020 to 2021, in that time period. But really, when I was in college, all the way back in the pre-teen 2000s, I started roasting coffee back then, and really I had a passion for it. I loved fresh roasted coffee, the flavor profiles of it, the ways that you can get so many different flavors out of coffee based on the origin, based on the soil type, based on low growth beans versus high growth beans, and then how you roast it, whether it's a light roast, medium roast, dark roast, or French roast, which I come to find out was about 30% charcoal, overburned beans. But anyways, I had this passion for coffee roasting, and I wanted to start a roastery. Before I knew anything about it, when we first moved into our current home in 2016, I'd actually built a vent system that I wanted to use to roast coffee, because coffee creates a lot of smoke, and, I was trying to do things inexpensively, and I didn't understand how inspections worked and all that stuff. But this was before we even did our farm. So anyways, that went on the back burner. We started the farm, and around last, would have been December and January 2024 into 2025, I felt God calling me to a fast to take a break from drinking coffee, just to make, sure that my priorities were straight. And in the middle of that fast from drinking coffee, I didn't drink coffee for about 6 weeks over that period. I felt just that God was telling me, hey, it's time to start the coffee roasting side of the business. And I just put it on the back burner and said, well, Lord, provide the coffee roaster. I don't, I don't know how to do it. I know it's a lot of money to get started into those things. And the thought kept coming up a lot throughout this last summer, 2025, all the way through. And, just periodically I have this thought, we needed to start the coffee roasting business. And I kept just saying, well, Lord, provide it. And so then the same thing happened this past December into January. I felt that I needed to fast from drinking coffee again, and I did that. And again, about 3 weeks in, just one night, I was rocking our baby Naomi to sleep because she'd woken up in the middle of the night, and all of a sudden, just out of nowhere, the thought, you're a year late on starting the coffee roasting business. And so I started doing more research on it and found a way to make a coffee roaster that passes all the commercial certifications, just like we have here, but that it doesn't break the bank. So we found the way through it, and we built this coffee roasting room in our garage, and we applied for the limited food establishment license, which is required in Pennsylvania to be able to sell coffee. And crazy story with that is we applied for this last week. And typically with certifications from the state, from Pennsylvania Department of Agriculture, it takes 6 to 8 weeks for things to get approved. Well, I got a call this morning, 8 days past our application, and the inspector called me and said, hey, I'm in the area. I'd love to come out and go through the inspection with you. So I said, sure, come on out. We swept the space and just did a little bit of tidying up, and he came out, and 45 minutes later we had our application approved. And so here we are, roasting coffee to be able to sell it to our farm customers and other local people. All right, we just finished up our roast. Again, this is a Honduras certified organic high growth bean, and we finished the roast at about 19 minutes and 45 seconds for the just shy of 6 pounds that we put in. Here is the finished product. So this is considered a City Plus roast. It's not technically medium, but we're not at dark yet. So it's just, it really matches this Honduras coffee really well. You're going to have flavors of cocoa powder, praline, hazelnut, and some red apple undertones. So we're just really excited to start this new journey of product offerings for our farm. You'll be able to order coffee fresh roasted right on our website. You can also reach out. We're going to have a PDF order form. Sorry, not a PDF. We're going to have a paper order form in our farm stand, and we're also going to be offering our fresh roasted coffees through a few different local vendors as well. But kind of the big thing with our coffee is we don't want to just be like another standard roaster where, we're going to roast coffee and stick it in a store, and if it takes 6 months to sell, then oh well. No, really what we want to do is offer the freshest stuff available so that when you order it, we're going to roast it per order so that you can have the best coffee drinking experience possible. This is Caleb with Deer on Acres. I appreciate you watching, and we look forward to serving you some delicious fresh roasted coffee roasted right here in Edinboro, Pennsylvania.